My name is Gift Owena, and I'm a student of the Yoga 1 class. I'm here to demonstrate the 12 poses of the sun salutation, which is Surya namaskar. Thank you as you watch my poses. For starters, it is good that you stand at the front edge of your yoga mat in order to create enough space for your yoga poses. Palms together, which is the prayer pose. You can decide to spend some time on this pose. You can decide to commune with whoever your maker is, or whoever or whatever you reference to. You can also decide to stay on this pose to ease your stress, to ease whatever you have on your mind, to free yourself from whatever weight you might be carrying. You can also decide to stay on this pose to feel the fresh air around you if you're outside, or to feel the warmth of the room if you're inside. You can stay on this pose to feel your blood circulate all over your body, from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, even as you feel the heat from underneath the ground as it goes through the yoga mat to your feet. You can decide to stay on this prayer pose for as long as you want. But for the purpose of this section, we are going to be going to the next pose, which is raised arm pose. You stretch your hand all the way to the back, stretching your waist from your waist to your back and your head. Make sure you don't let your head fall like this. Try and put your head straight with your hands. Stretch out properly. From here we go to the third pose, which is hand to foot forward bend pose. Stretch all the way to the ground. In this pose, make sure you're stretching properly so that your hand can touch the ground or your feet. You might feel a little strain from your back. It's all good. It shows that you're doing something. From here, we'll go to the next pose, which is the equestrian pose. Take your right leg back. Put your right knee on the floor while your left leg is making a 90-degree angle. And your head is facing forward like this, and your two palms are on the floor. From here, you can hold your breath and go to the plank pose. You take your left leg back and rest your whole body on your palm or on your hand. Make sure you're making a straight line. You're not bringing yourself too low like this or too high like this. You make a straight line with your body. From here, we go to the caterpillar pose. Knees down, chest down as though you're doing a push-up, chin down, and your body down. From here, we go to the cobra pose. Just lift a little bit. Make sure you flex your elbow. Don't tighten it like this. Just flex your elbow so that you don't put too much weight on it. This is the cobra pose. From your cobra pose, we go to your downward facing dog. Try as much as possible to make your feet touch the floor. Don't stay like this. Try and make your feet touch the floor and your head down like this. And from here, we go back to the equestrian pose. Your legs forward, your right leg forward, your left knee down, making a 90-degree angle right here, and your face facing forward. Make sure your palms are on the floor. From here, we go back to the hands to foot forward bending by taking our left leg forward and stretching down. Make sure your hands are touching your foot or the floor. It shows that you're stretching properly. From here, we go back to the raised arm pose. Stretch all the way to the back. Stretch your hands all the way to the back. Make sure your head is in alignment with your hand. Stretch out your fingers. Stretch it out. And then from here, we go back to our prayer pose. Here you can try and release the tension. You can add a little bit of smile. Release the stress as you've gone through the first part or the first phase of the 12 poses of the sun salutation, which is the Surya namaskar. From here, we are going to do the second phase of these 12 poses, and we're going to be concentrating on our left leg. Palms together, the prayer pose. Like I said earlier, you can spend as much time as you want in this prayer pose. You can use this prayer pose to prep yourself for the remaining parts of the poses. You can use this prayer pose to feel your inner mind, to feel your inner strength. Or you can use it to commune to your God. Or you can use it to think about what you did yesterday, the good thing you did yesterday, or what you're going to be doing today. From the prayer pose, you stretch your hands back, all the way back. Make sure your head and your hand is in alignment. This is the raised arm pose. Stretch it out. From here, we'll go to the hands to foot forward bending. You stretch it back. Make sure your hands are stretched out and it's touching the floor or touching your feet. You might feel a little pain behind. It's good. It shows you're doing something. Make sure your legs are straight, your palms are straight and touching the floor or your leg. And your head is down like this. From here, take your left foot back, your left knee on the floor, Your left knee on the floor and your right leg making a 90-degree angle here. And your two palms on the floor, looking forward. From here we go to the plank pose. You take your right leg back and standing on your hand. Make sure your body is straight, it's aligned straight. Don't make it too low or too high. Make sure it is straight, on a straight line. From here we go to the caterpillar pose. Your knees down, your chest down as though you're doing a push-up. Your chin down, your body down. From here we go to the cobra pose. Just raise a little bit. Make sure that your elbows are bent a little. Don't stress the elbow out or your shoulder out by making it straight. Make sure it is bent like this. And from here, we go to the downward facing dog. Try as much as possible that your foot is touching the floor. The whole of your feet is touching the floor. Like this. And your head is in between your two hands, like this. From the downward facing dog, we take our left leg forward and our right knee down, making the equestrian pose. Like this. Make sure that you have the 90-degree on your left leg and your two palms on the floor and your head facing forward. From here, you take your right leg forward, creating the hand to foot forward bending pose. Stretch out well enough that your hands can touch the floor or your feet and your head down like this. From this pose, we go to the raised arm pose. Raise your hand, stretch out all the way slowly to the back. Make sure your head and your hand is in alignment. Stretch it out properly. And finally, from here, you go back to your prayer pose. Hands together. While you're here, you can smile to yourself for achieving this, for being able to achieve the 12 poses of the sun salutation, which is the Surya namaskar. You can also stand on this pose to release your tension, release your stress, and let the sweat flow. And feel your blood as it flows throughout your body. You can also use this pose to reflect on the things that make you happy, on the things that keeps you going, on people around you that makes you smile, that accepts you for who you are, family and loved ones. You can stay here as much as you want. This is the last pose from the 12 poses of our sun salutation, the Surya namaskar. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this pose. Thank you so much. Namaste.